Wealth Code, Building the Mindset of the Ultra-Successful by Gregory K. Chapter 1, The Two Voices in Your Head Inside. Every person lives two voices. One is the voice of comfort, conformity, and caution. It urges you to play it safe, get a good job, save what you can, retire someday. This is the voice of the poor dad. It's rooted in fear, fear of failure, fear of risk, fear of change. The other voice is bold. It challenges the status quo and encourages risk, vision, and creation. This is the rich dad mindset. It says, start a business, buy assets, learn how money really works. This voice is quieter because it's drowned out by the noise of tradition and societal pressure. The wealthy are not born different. They learn to listen to the right voice. They train their minds to seek freedom over security. Instead of asking what job pays the most, they ask what problems can I solve, what value can I create. Your mind is the first battlefield. Choose which voice to obey. One leads to a paycheck. The other leads to power. Case study. Robert Kiyosaki grew up with two father figures. His biological father was highly educated, but financially insecure. His poor dad. His friend's father, a high school dropout turned millionaire, became his rich dad. From them, Robert learned that a high salary does not equal wealth. He chose to follow the rich dad, to build businesses, invest in assets, and educate himself financially. This decision shaped his life and the best-selling book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which has inspired millions to rethink money. Exercise. Journal prompt write. Down the two voices you hear about money and success. What does each one say? Identify which voice has been louder in your life so far. Decide which one will you listen to from now on. Write a short paragraph from the perspective of your rich voice giving you advice today. Chapter 2. Assets versus appearance. A difference between looking rich and being rich is often just one word: assets. Assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities take it out. The wealthy focus on acquiring things that generate income: real estate, stocks, intellectual property, businesses. The poor and middle class often focus on spending: cars, clothes, status. Symbols. Why? Because we're trained to value appearance over substance. We chase validation instead of value. But true wealth doesn't need to be flaunted. It compounds silently behind the scenes. Every financial decision is a vote. Are you voting for long-term security or short-term approval? Building wealth means rewiring your thinking. Before you buy anything, ask, will this make me money? Or, cost me money, assets first, lifestyle later. Case study, Shaquille O'Neal, NBA legend. Shaquille O'Neal is known for more than just his dominance on the court. Early in his career, he spent millions on luxury cars, jewelry, and homes. But a conversation with a smart advisor changed his trajectory. He began investing in franchises like Five Guys, Papa John's, and car washes. He focused on assets, not just appearances. Today, Shaq owns or is invested in dozens of businesses and is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The lesson: even if you start with bad habits, you can pivot. The key is understanding the power of owning things that pay. You exercise your asset and liability. List all your current assets. These are things that bring you money, like real estate, investments, businesses. List all your liabilities. These are things that cost you money, like loans, subscriptions, car payments. Identify one liability you can eliminate in the next 30 days. Identify one asset you can begin to acquire or build. Make a commitment. From now on, I will build my life around assets, not appearances. Chapter 3. The Power of Leverage. If you want to build wealth fast, you need leverage. Leverage multiplies your time, effort, and money. It's how you get exponential results instead of linear ones. There are three main types of
Building
leverage:
the mindset,
people,
methods,
capital, and code.
mission of the
People
ultra-successful.
means hiring others,
Chapter 3,
building teams,
the power of leverage.
outsourcing. You can't
If you
do
want to
everything
build wealth
alone.
fast, you need
Capital
leverage.
means using other people's
Leverage
money.
multiplies your time,
Investors,
effort,
loans,
and
or
money.
partnerships can help you
It's
scale.
how you get exponential
Code
results
means
instead
technology,
of linear ones.
automation,
There are
systems.
three main types of
Let
leverage.
machines and software
1.
work for
People,
you
hiring others,
24/7.
building
The
teams,
wealthy never try
outsourcing.
to carry the weight of
can't do
success
everything alone.
They build
2.
systems,
Capital,
delegate
using
roles,
other
and
people's
automate
money.
processes.
Investors,
They ask,
loans,
how can this
or
work without
partnerships
me?
can help you scale.
That's the mindset shift.
3. Code,
Most people rely
technology,
only on their own
automation,
time and labor.
systems.
But time is limited.
Let machines and
Wealthy
software work for
individuals
you
use
24/7.
leverage to buy back their
The
time
wealthy never
and
try to
multiply
carry
their
the weight of
impact.
success alone.
Case study.
They build
Jeff
systems,
Bezos.
delegate roles,
Jeff
and
Bezos
automate processes.
didn't build Amazon by packing
They
boxes
ask,
or
how
delivering
can this work
items
without
himself. From day
That's the
one,
mindset
he
shift.
focused on systems,
Most
scale,
people rely
and
only on their
customer
own time and
experience.
labor.
He leveraged technology
time is
to
limited.
create a seamless shopping
Wealthy
experience.
individuals use
He
leverage to
hired
buy
the
back
best
their
minds
time
in
and multiply
logistics,
their impact.
cloud computing, and engineering.
Case study, Jeff
Amazon
Bezos.
now runs on automation,
Jeff
AI,
Bezos
and
didn't
massive
build
teams.
Amazon by packing boxes
Bezos
or
used
delivering
capital
items
to
himself.
expand aggressively
From
and
day
take
one, he
calculated
focused
losses
on
early
systems,
on.
scale,
That
and customer
long-term thinking
experience.
and use of leverage
He leveraged
turned
technology
Amazon
to
into
create
one
a
of the
seamless
most
shopping
powerful companies
experience.
in the world.
He
Lesson:
hired the best
you
minds in
don't get
logistics,
rich
cloud
by working
computing,
harder.
and engineering.
You get rich
Amazon
by
now
building
runs on
smarter
automation,
exercise.
AI, and massive
Find your
teams.
leverage point list, your current
Bezos used
sources of
capital to
income.
expand
Are
aggressively
any of
and
them
take calculated
scalable?
losses early
Identify
on.
which type of
That
leverage you are
long-term
using the
thinking and
most.
use of leverage
People,
turned Amazon
capital,
into one of
or
the most
code.
powerful companies
Choose
in the world.
one area of your life
Lesson:
or business
you don't
where
get
you
rich
could
by
add
working
more
harder.
leverage. Set a
You get rich
30-day
by
goal
building
to
smarter.
implement that leverage,
Exercise.
whether by hiring
Find your
help,
leverage point.
investing, or automating.
1. List
Ask
your current
yourself
sources
daily,
of income.
is this the
Are any of
highest
them
leverage
scalable?
activity I can do
2.
today?
Identify which type of leverage you are using the most.
Chapter 4.
People, capital,
Obsession
or code.
over motivation.
3. Choose one area of your life or
Motivation
business
gets
where
you
you can add
started.
more leverage.
Obsession
4.
keeps you going.
Set a 30-day
Many people
goal to
start with a
implement that
spark,
leverage,
an idea,
whether by
a goal,
hiring help,
a YouTube
investing,
video
or
that
automating.
made them want to change.
5.
They wake
Ask
up early,
yourself daily,
journal, hit the gym for a week,
is this the
maybe
highest
even
leverage
launch a
activity
business
I can
page
do
on
today?
Instagram. But what happens after the first storm of motivation fades? For most, the grind fades with it. That's why the ultra-successful don't rely on motivation. They're obsessed. They don't do it when they feel like it, they do it because they must. Obsession means you study while others sleep. You build while others party. You think about your goal constantly, not because you have to, but because you can't not. Jeff Bezos didn't casually launch Amazon. He was obsessed with creating the most customer-focused company on Earth. Elon Musk isn't just interested in Mars. He's obsessed with colonizing it. Obsession is the deeper fire that doesn't go out, even when you're exhausted, broke, or discouraged. The lie of balanced society loves to sell the idea of a balanced life. But let's be honest, no one ever made history by being balanced. In the early phases of success, balance is a luxury you haven't earned yet. If you want extraordinary results, you have to make extraordinary sacrifices. You don't need more motivation. You need to be addicted to progress. While most people seek comfort, the obsessed seek challenges. Ask yourself, what's the first thing I think about when I wake up? What do I talk about endlessly, even when no one's listening? What am I willing to suffer for? That's your real drive. That's your obsession, or it needs to be. Turning passion into obsession. Here's how the ultra-successful turn their passion into obsession. Define the target. So clearly it haunts you. Don't say, I want to be rich. Say, I will make 100,000 a month by building an online brand that helps 1 million people improve their finances. Specificity fuels obsession. Build a daily system that forces progress. Obsession shows up daily. Schedule non-negotiables. Read, create, sell, learn, repeat. Visual reminders. Put your goals on your wall, your phone screen, your bathroom mirror. Make it impossible to forget what you're chasing. Cut out distractions and drains. Toxic people, doom scrolling, Netflix marathons, cut them. Obsession needs energy. Protect. Yours like your life depends on it, because your future does. The dark side of obsession and why you need it anyway. Obsession will cost you things, comfort, approval, sometimes sleep, and even relationships. People will call you too intense, unrealistic, or crazy. Good. That's the price of greatness. The world is shaped by people who went too far. Comfort builds average lives. Obsession builds empires. The wealth code. Principle. Burn the boat. If you leave an escape route, you'll take it when things get hard. Ultra-successful people don't play half in. They burn the boat. They remove backup plans, so success becomes the only option. When your dreams become a non-negotiable, the universe has no choice but to align. Journal exercise. Write the answers. To these, what am I so obsessed with? I'd do it for free, until I get paid to do it forever. If I couldn't fail, what would I go all in on today? What excuses do I keep making that are killing my obsession? Chapter 5. Failure is the tuition fee. Failure is not the end. It's the invoice for success. Every successful person you admire has paid in full with rejection, mistakes, and embarrassment. They didn't get lucky. They got educated. The price? Failure. Most people run from failure because school trained us to avoid it. Get an F and you're punished. But in real life, every F is feedback. Every failure teaches you something no book can. Business doesn't come with a diploma. Your experience is the degree, and failure is the tuition. The ultra-successful don't fear failure. They expect it. They plan for it. They use it. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. Oprah Winfrey was told she was unfit for television. Jeff Bezos lost billions on failed Amazon products. Elon Musk crashed rockets and nearly lost Tesla. The difference? They didn't quit. They used failure as a forge, not a finish line. Failure sharpens your instincts. It shows you what not to do. It humbles your ego and strengthens your strategy. It's the fire that burns off what's weak in you. If you're not failing, you're not playing big enough. Case study, Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx, turned $5,000 into $1 billion brand. But before that, she failed the LSAT. Twice, got rejected for multiple jobs, and sold fax machines door to door. What made her different was how she was raised. Her father used to ask her at dinner, "What did you fail at this week?" If she had nothing to share, he was disappointed. He trained her to see failure as growth. That mindset became her superpower. She didn't fear rejection. She welcomed it. That's why she kept going. Lesson. The world doesn't reward the one who never fails. It rewards the one who never quits. Exercise. Reframe your failures. Write down your last 3 failures. For each one, ask, what did this teach me? What mistake will I never repeat? Write a sentence. I paid for this lesson with discomfort, but I earned in return. Post this somewhere visible. Failure is not a stop sign. It's a toll booth. Chapter 6. The law of multiples. 1 action rarely changes your life. 1 video doesn't go viral. 1 product doesn't make you a millionaire. 1 investment doesn't set you free. Success happens through multiples. The ultra-successful don't play for 1 win. They play for 100. They launch multiple products. They create multiple income streams. They test multiple ideas. And eventually, one of them explodes. Most people fail once and quit. Wealthy people fail a dozen times and keep going until one hits. They understand the law of multiples. This law says, the more shots you take, the more chances you give luck to find you. This is how YouTubers go viral. It's not their first video, it's their 75th. It's how real estate investors build empires. Not from 1 deal, but from 10. It's how entrepreneurs finally crack a winning business model by testing many until one works. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be prolific. The game is numbers, and numbers don't lie. Case study. Mr. Beast Jimmy Donaldson, known as Mr. Beast, posted videos for years before one finally took off. He studied the YouTube algorithm, tested countless formats, and reinvested every dollar back into content. He didn't try to go viral, he tried to go consistent. His strategy, volume plus learning plus reinvestment, is dominance. Now he runs one of the largest media empires in the world. That's the law of multiples in action. Lesson: stop looking for the perfect move. Start making many. Exercise: create your multiples map. Choose one goal, e.g., earn 10K month. List 5 different strategies that could help you reach it. Products, services, partnerships, content, etc. Break each strategy into small, testable actions. Commit to executing one action per day from your list. Track what works, and double down on the winners. Quote to remember: if you want more luck, take more shots. Chapter 7. Think decades, not days. The poor think about the weekend. The wealthy think about decades. One of the greatest shifts in mindset is moving from short-term emotion to long-term vision. Most people chase fast results, quick money, instant gratification, viral success, but true wealth is built slowly, then suddenly. If you plant a seed today, it won't grow into a tree tomorrow, but if you water it daily for years, one day it will provide shade, fruit, and legacy. Ultra-successful people think in decades. Every choice they make today is a down payment on their future life. They don't ask, what's working this week? They ask, what will still matter 10 years from now? Jeff Bezos built Amazon with a 10-year vision before it became profitable. Elon Musk invests in technologies that won't pay off for decades. Warren Buffett said, someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Thinking long-term gives you clarity. It eliminates distractions. It makes it easier to say no to dumb choices that feel good now but cost you later. The 10-year filter: ask yourself, will this matter in 10 years? Will that party? Will that new car? Will that lazy day on the couch? Will that online course, book, or investment? Your answer becomes your compass. The wealthiest people build lives with compounding habits, healthy bodies, strong relationships, and growing assets. These don't pay off instantly, but over years they create unstoppable momentum. Case study. Warren Buffett became a billionaire not because of one big trade, but because of consistency over time. He started investing as a teenager and kept going for decades. He's now worth over $100 billion, but 90% of his wealth came after age 50. Buffett didn't chase hype. He trusted time. Lesson: get rich slow, then stay rich forever. Exercise: the decade vision. Imagine it's 10 years from now. What does your life look like? Be specific. Write down what habits, skills, and assets you'll need to build to get there. Ask yourself, what can I start today that my future self will thank me for? Set a weekly ritual to review your long-term vision and track your progress. Quote to remember: most people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in 10. Chapter 8. The wealth. Triangle wealth isn't built randomly. It's built on a 3-part foundation, a triangle that holds everything up. Here's how the wealth triangle works. High income skill. This is your cash engine. A high income skill is something you can do that earns you $10,000 per month or more. Sales, copywriting, digital marketing, coding, consulting, these are examples. This is step 1, because without cash flow, you can't invest or build anything else. 2. Scalable business. Once your skill earns consistent income, use it to launch a business. A business lets you leverage people, capital, and systems to grow beyond your own effort. This is how you escape trading time for money. Passive investment. Take the profits from your business and invest them in long-term assets. Real estate, index funds, dividend stocks, crypto, or startups. This is how you buy back time and create freedom that lasts. The wealthy always build in this order: earn, grow, invest. Most people either skip steps or try to invest before they have income. That's backwards. If you want to get rich and stay rich, master the triangle. Exercise. Design your wealth. Triangle. Identify your high-income skill. If you don't have one yet, pick one and commit to learning it. Outline a business idea that could scale beyond just your time. Research one passive investment vehicle you'll begin using this year. Write this commitment: I will build wealth by stacking skills, business, and investments in that order. Chapter 9. Environment is everything. You can't grow roses in concrete. Likewise, you can't grow wealth in a toxic environment. Your surroundings either pull you forward or drag you down. That includes people, conversations, habits, and even your physical space. If your friends spend money recklessly, complain about their jobs, or mock your ambition, you're planting your dreams in poisoned soil. The ultra-successful are ruthless about curating their environment. They surround themselves with winners, ideas, and energy that support their mission. They join masterminds. They read books instead of watching junk. They clean their workspace. They limit their exposure to negativity. You rise or fall to the level of your environment. Case study. Steve Jobs was famously intense about his environment. He handpicked his teams, obsessed over design, and only worked with people who elevated his vision. Apple wasn't just a company, it was an ecosystem designed for creativity and greatness. You need to build your own version of that, starting now. Exercise. Build your wealth environment. Write down the top 5 people you spend time with. Do they build you up or drain you? Audit your room, workspace, and digital life. Is it clean, focused, and inspiring? Replace one toxic influence with one positive source, e.g., a podcast, mentor, or supportive group. Write this: I will protect my environment like my wealth depends on it, because it does. Chapter 10. The mission-driven millionaire. The wealthiest people don't just chase money, they chase a mission. Mission gives money meaning. Without it, even millions feel empty. Look at Elon Musk. His mission is to make humans a multi-planetary species. Look at Oprah. Her mission is to educate and empower people. Look at you. What drives you? Money is fuel, but mission is the engine. When you're mission-driven, you bounce back faster from failure, work harder with less burnout. Attract customers, fans, and allies who share your values. People want to follow purpose, not just products. Define your mission. Your mission should be simple, clear, and emotionally charged. It's not make money. It's solve X problem for Y people. Example: to help 1 million young adults escape the paycheck-to-paycheck trap through financial education. Mission fuels wealth. Mission builds legacy. Exercise. Find your millionaire mission. What problem are you obsessed with solving? Who are the people you want to help most? Why does it matter deeply to you? Write this statement: my mission is to solve problem for people because why it matters. Repeat it every day. Build from it. Let it drive you. If you found value in this video, I'd be truly grateful if you could hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us create more content that you'll find useful.